So yeah, good afternoon, everyone. So yeah, as you know, like we'll be focusing more on the customer development part. So this session is meant to be a small intro. So I'll be honest, this is a very small intro. Customer development is a very vast area. Uh, there are a lot of people working in developing that area. In especially in the lean startup methodology. Maybe you guys may not be familiar with the terms, but just hear those terms, you will get familiar with this. So uh, everything in this PPT I took from Steve Blank. He is a great entrepreneur and a professor in various or universities like Stanford, Harvard, and all. So I don't have credits for any of the info I am providing here. It's everything is for Steve Blank. So yeah, let's get started. So the whole idea of customer development came from a simple question: why do startups fail? What is the main reason startups fail? If you take the statistics or any data from any of the countries or even the worldwide, the first reason you will see why startups fail is because they don't have customers. They have a great product, state art of the state product and all. They have a great product development team, great geniuses, but people don't need their products. They don't want their products. Basically, their product don't have customers. So that's the main reason why many of the products fail. Even Google has a lot of failed products. There is a separate website called Google Graveyard where you can see all the failed products of Google. So being a startup, you guys know it's kind of risky, but still it's a great journey. So our main motive with customer development is to reduce our chances of failure. Like even though we are failing, we should fail fast and cheap. So that's the main idea about customer development, and the whole field developed by one single question, like uh, why is the most of the startups failing? So that's the main problem, as you all know. We don't have enough customers, so that's why most of the products fail, and that's true for even the biggest brands like Google and Microsoft. So what can we do to avoid that? For startups, it's really important. Big brands don't may not have to be highly important about it, but still for us, it's really important. So when we have a lack of customers, what should we do? We should focus more on customers and market. So that's the fix here also. We should put more focus on who are our customers and in which market we are playing. Okay, so that's the fix. It's a single sentence fix, but you can't just focus. Like, how will we do that? How should we proceed with that? And how will we basically go through on focusing on customers and market? So that's how Steve Blank and some of the other entrepreneurs proposed the customer development process. So it's basically a four-step process, starting with customer discovery, then validation, then creation, and company building. You may not be familiar with all these terms, but still just hear those words. We will focus more on it. So for our purpose, we are still in the early stage of startup phase. So we will be focusing mostly on the first two steps, which is customer discovery and customer validation. So that's actually an iterative process. Like you will do customer discovery, then validation, then again you will have to come back to discovery, again validation, again discovery. So that could be really a circular process because that's the whole idea about behind the lean startup. So you will do something, then you will experiment it, whether we are getting the required results or are we wrong somewhere, then again correct the mistakes. That's the whole idea behind it. We won't be focusing much on creation and company building. That's entirely different story. So for your internship or as part of the customer development, we'll be focusing mostly on customer discovery and validation. So why are we doing this customer development process? So the idea is what should we focus on? Like how should we do customer development? First point we should notice, like there are no facts inside the building. One point, especially in this COVID period, is like we all are staying within our home and we are not interacting with people or even our customers or even our friends. The interaction has gone very less. So the thing is like when we are sitting alone, we will start thinking. and we build up stories, we build up imagination, we imagine things, we come up with different stories for different things. And as we build those imaginations, as we start telling those stories to ourselves, we start believing that they are the facts, we believe they are what, that's what it is. So that's the main problem about staying within the building. So being a startup in the early stage, like we should get out of the building and talk to the people in this period. Like that doesn't mean we should get out of the building. The whole idea is talk to more people who are outside your organization and interact with them. So that will be a big part of this process, and it is completely different from sales. We are not trying to sell anything. We will tell about that later. So that's the first main point you guys should think upon, like why we are doing this. And there is like when we are uh, a startup and when we are developing a product, so mostly people think like we should create a product for the whole world, for the whole people, like it should be usable for them. So that's not a good idea as per experiments or as per research we have got so far. So what we should do is like we should develop the products for a particular group, a particular customer segment, which has its own characteristics. Maybe let's say age from 18 to 24, who are students, who also do as part-time jobs. That's a particular sector, right? So that's the main thing. We should develop products for them. So as you all know, like we won't be able to understand, our tech team won't be able to understand. That's the whole idea behind this program. So we will understand like for whom we should produce the products. So that's the main point about that. And you might have heard about early adopters, the term. So early adopters are basically the people who buy your product first. So whenever we introduce a new product into a market, there are different segments of people. So the whole market won't buy your product in the first day itself. Okay, it never happens that way. So there will be a particular class of people called early adopters. So those type of people are really interested in new things, like new tech, new whatever new things are coming. So they are highly enthusiasm people. So it will be those people who will be buying your product first. So and later, like once people see that these early adopters are buying, then people will gain confidence, and the normal people, it has a separate term and all. Even a whole book is based on this framework. So those people will be buying a product. So being a startup, our primary focus should be on these early adopters, because we are moving in a fast-paced timeline and we need to take care of everything. So we should highly focus on the early adopters. So in this customer development process also, like we will be focusing most of them. And the final result or final result of this process should be coming up with a minimum feature set. It's called MVP, minimum viable product. Just hear the terms, you will get familiarized with it. So the idea is to fix which all features we should include and how should we build our product for the early adopters, not for the whole market, for the early adopters. So that's going to be the result of this program. So that's some of the important points. There are a lot, but still, yeah, we can move on. So as you can see, I said there are four steps, right? So first, let's move on to the first step, which is customer discovery. So the basic idea is stop selling, start listening. So that's also a quote by Steve Blank. So like whenever someone hears about customer wala name or customer, the term itself, people start thinking we need to sell something to them. We are basically doing a sales call or selling them something. So in the customer discovery stage, it's not related to selling. We don't want to sell them anything. It should be clear. Like, so I'll tell you something. We'll be doing most of these processes through customer interviews. Okay, we will be interviewing customers. We will talk with them. So to understand what are the problems, what are the pain points, what are the requirements, and everything. So we will talk about how to do customer interviews and all in the later stage. For now, I just need to give you some overview or context why you're how we are doing. So like during the customer interviews, we should make sure that we are presenting them that we are not here to sell anything to them. We want to listen to them. We want to learn something from them. We want to empathize with them. So that's the thing. And another objective is to test our hypothesis. I'm not sure whether you guys have heard the term hypothesis. It's basically like what we think of our customers. So the products are built by tech team, right? So tech team in a startup, it will be mostly founders and everyone, the founding team. So they will be thinking that, okay, there is a problem in this society, or in this particular people has this problem. So yeah, let's come and build a problem, build a solution for that. That's how most of the startup ideas comes into being. Even we also thought, yeah, there is a problem for this type of people in doing this things. So yeah, let's build a product for that. So what we do is like we will just build the products, but we are not testing whether the assumptions we made. We are assuming, right? These people are having this problem. That's basically an assumption or hypothesis. So we are not testing that. So if that assumption or hypothesis is wrong, there is great chance that the whole startup may fail, right? Because there won't be any customers, because in the start itself we are wrong. So the idea about customer development is like to test these hypotheses. Like it's kind of like a scientific nature, scientific experiment wala things. So when we are doing scientific experiments, we will be having hypotheses, assumptions. There will be a structured manner. So here also we will be following a structured manner. This is also experimenting basically. So we'll be having some assumptions in the initial, and then we will test these assumptions with the help of our with in customers. So how will we test these assumptions? Basically through questions. That's the whole idea of customer interviews. We will be asking them some questions, some open-ended questions. We will come to the type of questions and all later stage, but just open-ended questions. We want to hear them. So from their responses, from their answers, we will start detecting like what are their problems, and we will try to test our hypothesis. And so the idea, like what we need to learn from customer discovery, is, as I said, what are their customers' top problems? Like what are the problems they are facing? The thing is like we will think that we know what their problem is, but most of the time, I'll say, I have some experience in that. We had conducted some 40 plus interviews, me and Jubin and some other colleagues from Nikoto. We conducted some 40 plus interviews. So, and that too in 3 weeks. But at that time, like we identified that most of the assumptions, most of the thoughts we had was completely wrong. So there is a complete paradigm shift. So that's a really great insight. So that's the main thing. Like we should be able to understand what are the main problems of the customers, and also we are a startup, so there should be a revenue model. So we need to generate some revenue. So like if we understand, if we detect these are the top problems, we should be able to identify whether the customers are ready to pay to solve these problems. So we can't just directly ask those customers like, will you pay for this product? That's not a part of the customer interview. That will be like a pure sales call. So customer interview is completely different. We will be asking some open-ended questions to understand whether they will be ready to pay for this product. And also like that's one thing, like identifying the problem whether they have. And when it comes to our product, like we need to identify, or we need to test whether our product uh, whether a product concept solves all these problems. So that is also these through these questions, like we will be able to identify. And if we think that it solves, we should also validate that does the customers agree with us, and also how much will they pay for that. And another objective is to structurize or organize the whole day of the customer, like how his day is going at the morning, like what is his doing, how is his business going, what are his uh, jobs to be done on a single day, the whole idea. So we should be highly aware that in this place our product will be coming in, and so we should be able to detect that this was their life before our product, and after our product their life is going to change. So we will have some idea like whether this product is be able to make an impact to them. So that's one thing. And finally, the organization chart of users and buyers. So when it comes to most of the products, the person who is buying that product can be different from who is buying who is using that product, right? uh, maybe parents may be buying some product, but it may be used by their children. So there is this different archetypes. So we should learn about which all people are included in this whole chain, like who is making the decisions, who is buying the product, who is using the product, who is influencing the decision. So once we talk to the customers, like we will be able to understand all these things. So why we are doing that is we should be able to make all these people happy. Only then they will buy your product, right? We should be able to make each of these people should have some benefit by buying our product. So that are the main four things which we need to keep in mind. There are a lot of other things, like once we get going, like we will learn from our experience. Okay. So the second step, customer validation. So this picture is also I took from Steve Blank itself. So the complete credit goes to him. So customer validation is also this also like we will be doing mostly through the interview, and after the interview, like we will be discussing what are the results we got, and we will be validating this. So the idea is like we should be able to come up with a repeatable sales process. So as per Steve Blank, like we are in search of a business model. So once we talk to the customers, like we will understand like what are the problems, then we can come up with how much they will be paying, or how they want to buy our product. Basically we can't just ask this question, but we will be able to detect all these things. So we should be also able to come up with this sales process. How do we want to go with this? And as I mentioned earlier, also early adopters, they are the only crazy people who will buy from a startup. So like those people are around us everywhere. So they will be high vision, like they will be highly interested in different products. But the normal people will be buy from only trusted brands and all. But being a startup, we should focus more on the early adopters. So this is this last slide. The idea, just like the customer first stage, customer discovery. So we should also come up with, as result of customer validation, we should be able to come up with a sales roadmap. So on what time, like what time we should be doing what and everything. And as you know, the sales cycle, how should the business model should be, how should the revenue model should be, all these things like I can come up with a revenue model now. I can just think that this will be the revenue model people will be liking. But the thing is, there is very, very less chance that that could be the truth. That's just an assumption or hypothesis. So we need to validate all those things. That's the main idea about this customer development process. And also the term evidences. That's the really important term in this process. So through each of our interviews, we should be able to get some evidences. Like we will be testing a hypothesis or assumption. So the result will be the assumption could be right or it could be wrong. So to know whether it is right or wrong, we should have the evidence. Like on what evidence we are saying this is right, this is answer, this is wrong. So that's called hardcore evidences. We need hardcore evidences to take any decisions, because it's really important in this stage. So whenever you are talking about how much they will be ready to pay, like we should have some evidences, like he spends this much money on this thing per day or per year, whatever. And so like we should be able to get some evidences why there is chance that this could be our early adopter and all. So that's pretty much for this session. Like